All right.
Jomboy.
What number did everyone write down?
I wrote the number 5.
All right. I wrote the number 44.
I wrote the number 67.
Okay.
And the number generated is 39. So I have the first choice.
39
Is that
minus 5.
So is it just
I'm 6 away.
I agree you're
one.
closest.
Okay.
I don't know what the rules are right now.
Who's
well,
closer,
you are-
me or BBD?
I'm not a math guy.
Is this
Well, you're 34 away.
Is it another
No, you're 34 away.
draw?
Not another draw.
67,
I
BBD?
don't know what the rules
67
are. Yes.
minus 39 is 28. Jake's got the second pick.
I think BBD has the second pick.
It's 34.
What did you write
29.
down?
5.
So you're 34 and
BBD's
he was
closer.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got there.
I will be taking the third pick.
Oh.
Interesting.
What do you want, first or second?
Oh. I thought that
Yeah.
was...
No, that was a new rule to me as well.
No,
That's what I said to you.
I thought
you
that
didn't
meant
even
you were
tell
gonna
me
have
about the
first
numbers
pick.
thing until we started
No,
the show.
I said it should be an option.
I have no qualms with it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you want the first pick or the second pick?
So you took third.
Yes.
I want second.
Yes.
I will be first.
Yes. Okay.
I will be first.
So how this works is we each have to draft one team from a region.
Can we show the people the region? Are we going to do that?
Oh, I have yeah.
BBD, if
Give
you
me a
could do that,
minute.
that would be
We
great.
combined the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast into one super region, so we can make 5 regions instead of 6. You're going to show them the regions?
Yes, this will just take me a minute is all. But.
So, we're each going to pick 5 states.
Yeah.
You need one from each region.
Yeah.
So once you select from a region, that region is closed to you.
Yes.
So there's the Northeast, the Southeast, the West, the Midwest, and the Southwest. I mean, I don't want to give stuff away. We'll get it on the screen for you guys.
It's on the screen. What's your pick?
Okay. My first pick in the draft. This is tricky because there's a big supply-demand thing going on here.
Yes.
There's a big supply-demand thing going on here.
My biggest fear coming into the draft is that we were all going to identify that.
With that, my number 1 pick in the draft, this is going to be controversial. People aren't going to like this, but you guys passed on the number 1 pick, so I have to do what I have to do. I am taking the great state of Arizona.
Whoa.
Watch.
Whoa.
With only 4 states in the Southwest, you guys are going to be in a tight spot with a player that is a negative player. Arizona is a sneaky great state. You have all sorts of weather in the high country and low country. Sedona is one of my favorite places. You've got pro sports. You've got every climate. Arizona is beautiful. The Grand Canyon, you're not going to find anything else in the Southwest region that comes close.
And with the second pick, I will be taking Texas for all of the same reasons besides Grand Canyon.
Wow!
Yeah, unreal that you
I've been
took
saying
Texas before Arizona.
I've been saying all week around the office, consulting my area scouts, if I get the number 1 pick, I think I have to take Texas.
Guys.
Because of the scarcity.
Yeah, Texas is
Texas,
so big, and
me, it's
everyone's a little
Texas.
jealous of Texas. Everyone's a little jealous of how much they love themselves.
No way.
Yeah, okay. 1, shocked Texas didn't go 1 overall. I thought because of the density in the Southwest. 2, shocked BBD drafted from the same region with his first pick to get us.
Well, you're gonna your player from that region is gonna be awful.
Because
it's going to be the worst player in the draft.
But now it's my last pick. I don't care
now
about
it's your
it.
last pick, but
That's
I
fine.
don't want that.
You guys are
from
out.
me. Because it's such a big drop off. For me, it was Texas, pretty big drop. Arizona, massive drop for those last.
Agree, but it'll be my last pick.
I mean,
Yeah, no, that's what
Chat
you
can
get out
answer.
of
We're
that.
not doing by state size. We're doing by best state.
Yeah, I think
And
Texas
Arizona is a better state than Texas.
For me, Arizona was a clear number 2.
Who of you
Yeah.
have lived in Texas? That's right, Poppy did.
A lot of cities, a lot of sports teams, a lot of pride.
Same with Arizona.
And you get all the weather.
Yeah.
You
You get much more weather than they get credit for. You lived in Dallas.
yeah.
We went to
Also
Dallas
Arizona.
recently.
All right.
Sedona, gorgeous.
I will be taking New York with my first pick.
It's a good pick.
From the Northeast. And then with my snake around, I will be taking California from the West.
Yeah, I mean, those are chalk, and that's...
those are the chalk picks. I don't want to make a comment about your selections at this time.
Yeah.
So let me do some catch-up work.
Those are the biggest tourist attractions because they got so much to offer.
You have
New York is vast.
Some of the biggest
they got
cities.
like the Niagara Falls.
New York's
up
a great
there.
pick. California.
California, you can ski and you can surf in the same day, up and down the coast. All sorts of weather.
Huge taxes.
A lot of taxes.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
So I'm trying to. I do fear with where I'm going, you'll be able to throw the same lines at me about Texas. I think I can afford. No. I'm trusting my board.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's that big a drop off. This does give me an opportunity. I did present this opportunity that I was excited about to my area scouts.
You got to make the pick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm taking Colorado.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick.
And I really love taking Colorado from Jake.
That was my number 2 in the West as well.
The West
It was
is
my number
stacked.
2 in the West.
Ooh,
The West
you think
is
so?
stacked.
You
yeah.
would think so. You
The
would
West
think
is
so.
stacked. I was fine. I was planning on taking my last pick from the West. My notes on the West says can wait. Can wait.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
All right.
So I will be going back to back here.
You're comfortable with all those?
So I can wait on the West, which is huge. This gets interesting pretty quick. Northeast.
All of a sudden.
There's some fighting ground picks there. The Midwest, I can still get the number 1 in the Midwest. I like a couple there. Okay. What I am going to do is I am going to take Illinois in the Midwest. Chicago just trumps the rest of that region.
That was my third in the Midwest.
It was my
Trumps
number
the
1 in the
region.
Midwest as well, because of the Chicago factor.
You're
you
on
get
the-
a variety.
You're on the
of-
lake. I mean, Chicago is one of the best states. Chicago's one of the best cities in the U.S. It just gets cold.
Southern
And
Illinois.
that's more of an issue. My issue with the Midwest.
Yeah, no,
than
I mean, the
anything
Midwest
else.
is very weak. I think Chicago is the only real power play. You know, you guys are going to angle something, but I'm fine with it. And then I think, and I guess I'm going to keep going with value here. I'm thinking about breaking from my board a little bit.
Wow. Early break?
I am going to go with... You guys are going to freak out if I take that. I am going to go with Florida.
What?
Yeah. No state income tax. The Southeast is another region.
That doesn't happen in Texas either. maybe.
Florida's like the joke of America.
Florida's like it's Texas.
15
Everyone ends up
15 opioid deaths a day in Florida.
Cool. There's tons of opioid deaths. There's more in New York City.
No, there's not. There's not. It's the leading.
There is today.
It's the leader
You should
in
have seen what
opioid
I was
deaths.
passing out on the subway today.
Florida's where people go to commit crime and also go to die.
No. Yeah, exactly. Go to die somewhere? That's the dream.
Wow.
If we're discussing boards, I do have Florida as my number 3 because you get a variety of things, and my thing with the Southeast, you can get a state with character, even if you don't necessarily think it's the best. You're going to get some character.
I didn't have Florida in my board.
I think that's where Florida comes away, though. I mean, I actually did break my board. I had Florida as my 2, but thinking about it, it's a powerful state. It dictates almost every election. A lot of great golf. You go there to relax.
Yeah.
BBD?
Hey, we have different favorites here. You've taken a lot that I don't think you've taken one that was my one yet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So I'm between 2 regions. I'm going...
Pressure pack pick. This is the pivot point of the draft. And I'm worried about what BBD is going to pick.
I want to go to the Southeast. I do. I will take Georgia.
Wow.
That was my second in the Southeast.
Not on my board.
It was really close between my 1 and 2. I'll wait, and I have a feeling I know what your number 1 is in that region because I think that's.
I have back-to-backs now.
You have back-to-backs.
All right. I will take my Midwest number 1, which is Michigan.
Ooh.
Longest freshwater coastline. It's basically a peninsula.
It's
summertime in Lake Michigan.
You get the third best.
You have summer activities. Like I always was jealous of Lake Tahoe. Summer activities and winter activities. Snowmobiling, snow fishing, frozen ponds.
Have you ever done those?
Yeah.
When do you go snowmobiling?
I've been snowmobiling like on when you go to places like that. Like I have relatives in Michigan. They go on the dunes in Michigan. There's just, I mean, it's the coastline offers.
It just doesn't feel like your pick. Feels a little off.
No,
it does feel a little off.
I went to Mackinac Island as a kid. I went to Port Huron as a kid. I have relatives in Michigan. Michigan's a great pick. I mean, they got an island up there.
I don't think it's a bad pick.
It's number 3. It's a clear number 3 in that region.
I thought it.
The Upper Peninsula is pretty dope.
I don't think.
But I mean, you got activities left and right.
There is some variability there, but the biggest city you're working with there, and you do have New York and California, which spells this a little bit, but I mean Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't need to hunt. Yeah, but I have cities.
But
you
have New York and all the California cities. So that does take away that concern.
I think now that we've both taken picks from that region, I think where that does hurt you is that if you're just going for non-city stuff, a lot of those other states are a lot more beautiful.
I'm not. I didn't go for it because it doesn't have cities. It's the whole thing's fucking coastline, which is people like living on the coast. Yeah. Like the most boating.
It's all right.
The most boaters per capita. Michigan's awesome. My next pick, I'm also getting the number 1 in the Southeast. All of my picks were number 1 on my board, which I'm very happy with. North Carolina.
Not the Southwest.
Southeast. North Carolina. They got mountains. They got beaches. They got the Panthers, the Hornets, the Hurricanes. They got Duke. They got NC State. They got North Carolina. A lot of sports. A lot of activities. Outer Banks are like a really good time.
I had them as my 3.
I don't hate North Carolina by any means. It wasn't one I was going to pick.
Carolinas are beautiful.
Carolinas are great. I had South Carolina above
because that's kind of the problem.
Just the Myrtle Beach aspect, better beach.
Yeah, South Carolina can one-up North Carolina. That was my fear with it. That's why I had to take both of them off my board because I think they just get in each other's way.
Well, all the colleges,
it's like the Pouncey Bros.
All the colleges and pro sports being in North Carolina.
Clemson?
What? No, but I mean all the basketball and then all the pro sports.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good spin for that. Got to fix.
It's solid.
Georgia was my
the Carolinas are the Carolinas.
I didn't fully explain my Georgia pick, so I will. You get a good city in Atlanta. You are genuinely in the South. That was my gripe because number 2 was Virginia,
Savannah's
which sneaks into the South.
Georgia's got Savannah, the Masters, a lot of history. Georgia's a great.
A lot of good stuff. You get some coast. Virginia was my number 2. I ultimately fell into it. Like, when I think of the South, I don't think of Virginia. I know, like, logically it's there, and it's a good state.
Virginia's what it is.
You get, like, the D.C. area.
Virginia almost gets mixed up with the Carolinas, where it's like, if you're going to be down there, you might as well. If you're going to be down there, you might as well go Carolinas than Virginia.
Carolina's over Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virginia's bottom. No one's.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, we're agreeing.
Yes, I'm saying the exact same thing.
So but all that is why I ended up going Georgia.
Okay.
Atlanta, you get sports.
I think you're up, BPD.
I am up. So I'm going to all right. So you took Michigan and Jake took Illinois. I'm going to the Midwest here. I think my 2 and 3 are coin flips. I'm going to take Wisconsin.
That wasn't in my top 3.
That was my number 2. That's a great pick.
Yeah, I'm taking Wisconsin. In my brain, literally on my board, I had Minnesota as my 2.
They were coin flip. You're right.
They're really
Wisconsin
similar.
Got to offer.
Wisconsin.
It's got cities. It's got sports.
They've got cities.
I think it's more beautiful than Michigan.
Ooh.
It has generally better weather than Minnesota. Which Minnesota was my other.
I did a lot of trips to Wisconsin in the Dells.
The
Dells is your biggest.
When I learned about the Dells, I was like, I'm into that. That's a thing.
No, you're not.
I'm into that.
The Dells is your biggest vacation spot. That's a tough state to be.
Milwaukee's not bad. Madison's not bad.
Good sports. The Green Bay Packers are all time.
All time. The Brewers, I forgot were there.
Yeah,
but they're there.
No, it's good. I had that at Minnesota as a toss-up. Yeah,
and somebody in the chat mentioned if I get Wisconsin, it's a wrap. So that helped nudge me.
Okay,
frankly. Yeah. So yeah, Wisconsin.
Minnesota, a little more scenic. I think that's your angle.
You get a little more variety.
You get the lakes. Yeah,
Minnesota was my 2. I don't like being landlocked. City. That's why Michigan with all the coastline,
Wisconsin's not landlocked.
It kind of is. Biggest vacation spot is in the middle.
I'm looking at it. You got some lakes right there.
Yeah.
Some.
You're touching the same lakes.
You're touching the same lake as Michigan and Illinois.
It's one section of the lake. Michigan is every border.
Michigan, it is like the lake state.
Yeah.
Okay. Arizona, the clear and only good winner.
You get the cheese
Southwest.
in Wisconsin, of course.
I have Illinois, Chicago, great American city. I have Florida. Controversial, I get it, but a lot of action goes down in Florida. So I need to go to the West and the Northeast. I'm going to take my number 2 pick in the Northeast. I'm taking Maryland. Maryland has a lot of different stuff going on. Like you said, it's kind of near the metro there. Crab cakes and football. It's kind of a yuppie paradise. Golf, boating, crab cakes, whatever you want to get into. Liked Maryland in there. Those were the only 2 states I felt confident about Jimmy's New York pick in Maryland in that region. And then in the West, I'm going with Hawaii.
Maryland.
Hawaii is literally a vacation. It's the spot. People flock there from around the world.
Hawaii was my 3.
Yeah, no, in the West, I think there was a lot of winners, so I was happy to wait for that. I'm happy with Hawaii.
Ultimately, Hawaii. No matter how you got to get there or get back to the U.S. from there, you're
great
gonna have
vacation
a long
spot.
flight.
But I did like a 10-day vacation. And by the end, I felt island fever, so out of touch with the world because you're
in vacation
10 hours.
mode.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to live there.
I do. Florida too. I changed my mind on what I was going to say.
Okay.
So I am going to the Northeast. I've been saying all week with my regional scouts. I know for a fact I can wait till the Northeast 5th round. I'm going to get a state I'm very comfortable with.
Okay.
So now it's just a question of which one I go with. And part of me wants to do the home pick. I think I will take Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get
you
get a lot of area.
I think you just tanked your draft.
No.
Yeah.
You get 2 major cities.
You
get woods.
That's upsetting.
You have easy access to other states' resources.
Yeah.
You
get Philly and Pennsylvania? Those are the cities you're bragging about?
We both thought
Philly and Pittsburgh. You get
that was my biggest thing to Zach before, and I said, I hope he doesn't take Pennsylvania.
We thought you were going PA and
spent a lot of time there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jake was having the worst draft, in my opinion, and you might have just...
No. You get so much variability, and you get enough people there that are crazy. You can make fun of them. People from Pennsylvania make fun of each other all the time.
Now you're taking your own pick? Oof. That's...
Okay.
No, but there's good places, bad places.
I'll take Oklahoma. I mean, it's my last pick, right?
Yeah.
I got... If you told me I could get the number 1 seed in my pre-rankings out of 4, and then I get Oklahoma, and you know what? Oklahoma has the friendliest cities. Ranks as one of the best states for military retirees, diverse culture, some of the best college cities, mouth-watering
arguably
barbecue.
The worst city. I mean, you should have taken New Mexico over Oklahoma. What are you doing?
New Mexico's so boring.
No, man. New Mexico's got a lot of beauty to it in different parts. Taos?
Oklahoma's got a lot of
Santa Fe?
Pride. Santa Fe.
Oklahoma
was a clear 4 in the region.
I think that might be the worst state.
New Mexico is the worst aesthetic.
I think you just got the 50th state.
No. Don't try.
I wouldn't
too
go
hard,
that
Jake.
far.
Yeah, don't try too hard.
Because of, you knew you had that. You were not getting one of the 2 best states.
I mean, we'll see where the public lands.
Yeah.
I got 4 of the number 1 seeds I want. Jake grabbed a lot
based on
that
your
aren't
rankings.
even on my
you did
board.
very well.
Maryland and Florida weren't even thoughts.
I mean, Maryland gets overlooked because of the jokes, but I mean, a lot of people end up fleeing to Florida for a reason. There's a lot of good stuff going on down there. There's sports teams. There's cities that are electric. You get Miami. If you want to relax on a beach, Key West. Like, Florida
coupled with
Florida
Miami.
gets typecasted, man.
They're not.
Florida's a big
Hawaii.
player.
Are we done? Everyone has one?
We all have our 5, yeah.
I think so.
I think Massachusetts getting snubbed is kind of big.
I had Tennessee as the one in the Southeast.
Tennessee was my 3 in the Southeast, and that got snubbed.
Tennessee, I had a little.
I made incredibly happy with my
Minnesota.
Based on your
draftable.
board, I think you did very well for yourself. I disagree with your board, but
well, the chat seems to think I handled this.
Getting
well.
New York and California, it almost doesn't matter what the rest was.
It's a play.
But I think I played my regions the way I wanted to.
Yeah, in the West, I mean, there are good arguments for Oregon. I mean, Washington, Montana. You know,
wait, what's your Midwest? Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh man, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin on the same board is. Colorado is saving you a lot.
You're discrediting Pennsylvania.
Oh, only because it sucks.
Is.
No one likes Pennsylvania.
Everybody is. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Interesting. In Massachusetts, there's an argument to be made, but ultimately
should have been picked.
The biggest,
a lot of history.
The biggest
first landing of the country.
I had Maine above Massachusetts.
I did have Massachusetts as my 4 in the region.
I wanted to have Vermont high because the scenery of Vermont is beautiful, but you can't.
There's nothing else.
You just can't.
You just can't.
It's just scenery.
Ben and Jerry's is like nice, but you just can't. You just can't have Vermont up there. But I wish people would know how pretty the foliage is.
But I think Maine can play that same game, and there's no rules in Maine.
New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont were all like very
similar
to
each other.
Maine, there's just no rules.
Yeah, I mean, New York was a clear 1 in the region. Just you have New York City, which is like the center of everything. Plus, you get all other aspects of life throughout the state.
Love the New York pick.
So I figured I wouldn't.
You can't risk having New Mexico or Oklahoma on that team.
You couldn't.
I can when I
and the West for me, the West was thinner than you'd think. In my brain going in, I thought the West. There's a lot of states I'd be comfortable with, and it did feel like a pretty big drop off after California, Colorado. Hawaii is great. I love it, but the travel aspect.
Get a poll post.
Vacation
mode. Get the poll up. Love it. I'm in North Dakota and going undrafted feels right. Yeah. Yeah. Never got a look.
I mean, just in the Northeast.
So I
think about how many.
I had a lot of stuff prepped for states. I looked up the worst fact of each state.
Sure.
Just in case.
Defense. Best offense is a good defense.
That's where I had that Florida fact. New Mexico is the worst place to raise a family. They rank lowest in education and childcare. So that's why. Yeah, that's why
they rank lower than Mississippi. In
Alabama, home to the worst poverty in the developed world.
Yeah.
Well, Alabama, it was surprisingly high on my board when I was going through the Southeast, just because the meme ability of Alabama almost brings it all the way back, even more so than the Florida meme ability.
I don't know.
So I thought you were going to go
I didn't go with it. It was neither were in my top 5.
You know what? In my research state, I found out, this is terrible, is Arkansas. I was Googling things about Arkansas, and everyone came up no sports, no cuisine, no culture. I was like, oh, shit.
It's tough.
That sucks for Arkansas.
Tough.
Arkansas was 11th out of 12 in that region for me.
You ranked beyond top 3?
Proud of that.
I ranked within each region fully.
Wow.
I like that.
Did you rank?
Proud of that.
I
originally went 4 in each region because that one region had 4.
I mean, you're going to get one of your top 4 if you want it.
Top 3.
You can get one of your top 3.
Yes, I just ranked top 3 of each.
Yeah.
And the rest I just left down there.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of me just trying to figure out which ones I definitively
Tennessee and Minnesota. Tennessee, Minnesota, Mass, I think are maybe our biggest snubs.
It's not that
Tennessee, Minnesota, Mass. I think
it's that all 3 went undrafted.
Northwest people would fight pretty hard for Oregon, Washington. I think
no.
Yeah,
Washington,
serial killer. A lot of serial killers up there, Jake.
People were talking about Utah.
The thing about
It's a beautiful state.
Oh, yes.
The thing about Oregon is I have a very close friend from college that was from Washington, and she once told me that Oregon is just poor Washington, and that's never left my head, so I couldn't pick Oregon. It was 9th out of 11 on my board.
Al Atkinson, it would have been a much different draft if Colorado and Utah were in the Southwest.
Colorado.
Yeah, we didn't choose regions.
Yeah, we just found this map and settled on it.
All right.
Worked.
Yeah, that would have changed a lot.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Alaska, alcohol-induced deaths are 3 times the national average.
Yeah.
It's Alaska. No thanks. Yeah. You're just working with size.
I knew no one was going to pick it, but I was just prepping just in case. Louisiana, most serial killings.
You were researching.
I thought we just said that about the Pacific Northwest.
In the Pacific Northwest, said a lot of serial killings.
Okay.
They rank like 2 and 3 on the most serial killings list.
Just a lot.
Louisiana
so
has the
on
most.
The serial killing website.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Louisiana.
Just like the worst thing about each state. That's what it said.
Louisiana wasn't very high on my region.
Is there an argument? A state I don't think any of us have said yet for Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's kind of the vacation spot of the Northeast.
Yeah.
It was actually up there. If New York got snaked for me, if you went New York and you went Mass, I was really in a pickle between, and it was going to be Rhode Island as like, well, this is just the vacation spot of the Northeast. Yeah. People from Connecticut go there. People from New York go there. People from Massachusetts go there.
Cape Cod. That's where Massachusetts ends up dwarfing Rhode Island.
But people from Mass still go there to Rhode Island.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, but they go to the Cape.
Just as many people.
They go to the Cape.
Yeah, but it's there. Cape. Rhode Island is
it's their own.
Rhode Island is a vacation little area.
Yeah.
They just stole the coastline.
Rhode Island.
Too small.
In hindsight, it shouldn't have been last in the region, but Arizona first overall.
I was going value play. Everything else in that region is a loss.
Arizona was my clear-cut number 2. I was going to be willing if you took Texas to go a different direction because I would have been comfortable.
I couldn't have a loser in any
that.
spot. And that region, sorry, just how it's sorted out.
Arizona and Florida.
We're deciding the votes, man.
I mean, so is Ohio, but that's basically what.
Yeah,
40,
but it's also Ohio.
50th, yeah.
Ohio, you can't.
That's why
no.
Ohio wasn't
12 out of 12 in the Midwest for me.
Wow.
I didn't rank that far, but
I did.
It probably the Dakotas.
No.
The Dakotas, Montana,
Kansas.
I wanted to find a way for Montana to get up there, but it's in the West, so there's no way. But Montana has some cool shit going.
Montana could have been a fantastic last pick at the draft if someone played their game that way.
Well, then I wouldn't have got Colorado.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
there's a great spin.
The
on
consensus
Montana.
winner. So
well, we'll let the vote happen. Not these people you paid in the chat.
Okay, that's the state draft vote.
That's a state draft. Good job.
Good job, everyone. What should we do next week?